open the meeting up. Call the meeting to order for the council meeting for June 20th, 2020. Notice of this meeting has been duly advertised in compliance with the provision of the Open Public Meeting Law. Please be advised that this meeting is being audio recorded for possible later playback. Everyone, please rise to the flag salute. I pledge allegiance
to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Madam Clerk, roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Here.
Councilwoman Hess.
Here.
Councilman Jackson.
Here.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Here.
Councilman Stropoli. President Randolph Sharp.
Here.
Mayor.
Here. I'm going to start off with Resolution 2020-132. Councilor.
It's a resolution condemning racism and police brutality. Whereas recent demonstrations and protests across America sparked by the video of the tragic death of George Floyd at the hands of Minneapolis police officers challenge public safety organization and elected leadership across the country to respond as concerns are raised by residents within their communities. And whereas the Mayor and the Borough Council of Lindenwold extends its thoughts and prayers to the Floyd family and friends and to members of our community who have been personally impacted as well. And whereas we condemn the actions of the police officers involved in this tragedy, and whereas we know we can do better as a country and as a community to confront the historic and systemic racism that has brought us to this place, and whereas we feel compelled to say affirmatively and with real compassion that racism and police violence like this has no place in our society and in our community, and whereas elected officials, this tragedy makes us reflect on our own practices, behavior, and attitudes, we strive to remain ever thoughtful in our work to ensure that all members of our community feel protected, listened to, respected, and served by their public servants. And whereas the New Jersey Attorney General has been in the process of implementing many of the reforms that are being discussed nationwide, in December 2019, the Attorney General implemented internal affairs initiatives focusing on promoting accountability and strengthening public confidence in law enforcement, as well as recent directives to promote trust, transparency, and accountability with the public's interest to reveal the identities of New Jersey law enforcement officers sanctioned for serious disciplinary violations. And whereas we applaud our Lindenwold Police Department as they are ahead of the curve on several desired reforms, such as a ban on chokeholds, implementation of body-worn cameras, de-escalation training, and cultural diversity and implicit bias training, all of which have been incorporated into the department's standard operating procedures, to continue its commitment to maintaining the highest standards of conduct of the department. And whereas the Mayor and Borough Council of Lindenwold look forward to continuing to work in partnership and in solidarity with the Lindenwold Police Department in their commitment to community policing and to foster a community-friendly environment in which people are not targeted or hurt unnecessarily and provide equal protection under the law. And whereas the Mayor and Borough Council of Lindenwold honors police and other law enforcement officers across the country who put their lives on the line daily while lawfully serving and protecting the public, however, condemns all acts of racism and police violence. Now therefore be resolved that the Mayor and Borough Council of Lindenwold recognize that there is more work to be done and will remain committed to the morally, ethically, and lawfully fair treatment of all members of our community.
Entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion for resolution 2020-127.
132.
Thank you.
And a second, please. Any questions? Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Stropoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Second reading, ordinance 2020-10, non-contractual salary ordinance. At this time, we'll open the meeting to the public for any questions or comments regarding ordinance 2020-10. Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion for ordinance 2020-10 to be adopted on the second reading and published according to law.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Chipoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Resolution 2020-127, reimbursement agreement with Camden County for coronavirus relief. Entertain a motion, please.
Make a motion for resolution 2021-27.
And a second, please.
Second.
Any questions on the motion? Seeing none, roll call, please.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Chipoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
Consent agenda. The items listed below are considered routine by the Borough of Lindenwold and will be acted upon in one motion. There will be no formal discussion of these items. If discussion is desired, this item will be removed from the consent agenda and will be considered separately. Entertain a motion for resolutions 2020-129 through 131.
I make a motion for, resolution consent agenda items 2020-129 through 131.
And a second, please.
Second.
Roll call.
Councilman DiDomenico.
Yes.
Councilwoman Hess.
Yes.
Councilman Jackson.
Yes.
Councilwoman Sinnen.
Yes.
Councilman Chipoli.
Yes.
President Randolph Sharp.
Yes.
All right, does any member of council have anything they want to bring up before I open to the public?
I have a couple of things, Rich, if you don't mind.
Sure, go ahead.
Okay, so, the first one is just an FYI that the county service office and also the county tax assessor's office has moved from Camden to the Lakewood complex in Blackwood. So those offices are located, Lakeland, no longer located in the city of Camden. So if you have anyone in looking for services or the tax assessor, they have moved. Also, the deputy clerk asked me to share this information on our council call. As everyone knows, the county is trying to go for vote by mail for the primary on July 7th. They have placed vote by mail drop boxes throughout the county in an effort to try to make it easier for people to vote. There's one in Audubon, Chislehurst, at the municipal building, the Camden Administration Building where the service office used to be, Cherry Hill, Camden County College, Gloucester Township, or they can drop their ballots off at the Board of Elections at 100 University Court in Gloucester Township. Also, I wanted to thank Pastor Cedric and Community Commitment Church and also Chief McCarthy for organizing and putting together a community peace and unity walk on June the 14th. Mayor and council were able to participate, and it was really nicely attended. It was a nice community event in an effort to foster unity and peace in our community. So I thought that was really a nice thing. And the last thing I have is also I was asked to share that the mosquito spraying is happening tomorrow. We're actually it's 2 o'clock in the morning and 6 o'clock in the morning in Lindenwold. And it's, I don't know, about 12 streets that are involved in the mosquito spraying. And that'll happen at 2 a.m. this morning until 6 a.m. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Dawn, you want to say something?
Yes, I just wanted to, each meeting, I'll just bring up our census update. We are currently at 49.9% response rate, so we are almost at 50%. Last time we did the census, which was 2010, we were at 62.1% response rate. So we are getting close, but we want to continue to encourage those that have not completed their census survey to please do so. It is not too late. April 1st was a reference date and not a deadline date. So we do have new signs going up that says it's not too late, and it will also be on our website, and we have a message as well that it's not too late. So please encourage those that have not completed the census to do so that Lindenwold can get its fair share. Thank you, Mayor.
Thank you.
Dawn, you did give out literature at that walk too, on the census.
Oh, well, thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just going to let everybody know what the numbers are as of today. We are at 449 cases of coronavirus, and we had one person die today between the 50 and 60-year-old age range in Lindenwold. So that gives us 6 people who have actually died from this in Lindenwold. Our condolences to the families. All right, at this time, I'm going to open the meeting to the public. Anyone from the public wishing to speak, please state your name and address for the record, and when finished, please go back to me.
Diana Terry, 637 Fifth Avenue. I just want to know if the ordinance for recreation was quickly kind of changed, because there was a motorhome tour bus walked for 5 days on 7th and 3rd Street. There was no ticket, there was no nothing. So are we allowed to do that now?
I'd have to check the ordinance, but I don't know if an ordinance that says you can't park it temporarily on the street for, it's a registered vehicle.
Because I thought the ordinance was you had to be parked in the back of the house or on the side.
That's for trucks. That's for trucks. Wayne, do you know what the ordinance is to say?
Yeah, I'm right here. That was, the one home site was tagged. There was a notice given out. He was supposed to have it out there by today. He was notified before, and he got notified he moved to Gloucester Township, believe it or not. And it came back over the weekend, so he wasn't notified. I had to be out there today. I had court today, so I had somebody check me out to see if it was moved. So the next time it doesn't, so there's someone for an automatic ticket.
Okay. Does that answer your question?
Yeah, you cannot park it overnight. If you park it during the day, like 93, 94, it's okay, but you can't park it there overnight. He was told that. So we are on it. We was notified in the morning.
He was parked there for 5 days straight.
Yeah, I got this back business that's parked there over the weekend. So I got checked the other day, and they did notify it, and they did talk to the owner of the box.
Yeah, he
So
parked there.
I am aware of it. And no, cannot do this tonight. So if you see it overnight, shoot me an email and tell me directly to a text the next time. The end of warning.
All right, thank you, Wayne. Is that it?
You're welcome.
Is that it?
Hey, Mayor.
Yes?
Hey, Mayor. May I have the floor?
Sure, go ahead, John. Oh, wait, is Diane finished? I'm sorry.
Thank you, Mayor. It's amazing to me that one resident has so many problems with how our department operates. I believe her comments are political and irrelevant here at council meetings. She should save her politics for November. But November is not a good month for her. She lost the election by 1,700 votes to 100. That's unprecedented. Nobody loses an election by 17 to 1. If she thinks she is relevant and is someone that has to be dealt with, she can forget it. She is not. The elections prove that. Okay, Mayor, let's move on.
Let me say something, Mayor. As a write-in, by the time they got all tallied, I had 20% of the vote. No one did 20% as a write-in. And this is the Colby, as a write-in, you should not be talking to me like you do.
Huh? Why not?
Yes. Because you should not. You work for us. You're paid by the residents. I am not being political. I asked you a question about a tour bus.
You're very much political. It's obvious you're very much political, and you're irrelevant.
No.
You're irrelevant.
I don't bring politics up at all.
Right.
Right. And once again, Mr. Tripoli.
Okay, Mayor, let's move on.
Political politics, we shouldn't even be sitting in that seat. Because you're nothing but a gracious person.
Okay, Mayor, let's move on.
No,
Is there anything else in the public?
right now, this is all on audio. But I did nothing to you. You have targeted me since I ran for council. You have done nothing but target me. Everyone has.
All right.
Diane, Joe and Diane, I think this is probably a conversation for another time, not during our
I
council
couldn't
meeting.
get this conversation because I told my attorney when I had
Well,
something.
Diane, do what you feel you can do, Diane, and I think we need to move on.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, anyone else in the public wishing to speak? I'm sorry, anybody else from the public wishing to speak?
Being Burton, 507 East Elm.
Sir.
On July 16th, last Tuesday, my wife was walking her dog in the morning, at the corner of Emerson and Myrtle. A pit bull, came out of a house, jumped the fence, and mauled our dog. And my wife was injured in the process. The dog had 3 puncture wounds. My wife had 1 in her foot and a bruised knee. I have filed a complaint. I have visited the police department. I have talked with the code enforcement, and I followed up with neighbors. It was brought to my attention that this is not the first time that this dog has attacked. The dog is only 6 months old, and it is the second time in 3 weeks that it has mauled another dog and injured another person. I have gone to my neighbors to ask them to basically get information regarding the dog and anything they saw, as I was not at the time of the injury. And several neighbors have mentioned concerns about the people that live there. They are not the homeowners. They are renting tenants that have 8 vehicles, registered vehicles, at a small house. And when the officer reached out, and from the conversation that I've had with other people, I reached out to the first people that were attacked because we had not heard back from animal control, and they said they were informed that the dog did not have its rabies shot and that it was not licensed. When I talked to the officer, she had said that the people that live there, the animal control has not been able to get a hold of the people that live there, nor has the health department. As such, I have asked neighbors to basically sign a petition to maybe kind of push forward and looking into the quality caretaking of the animal, being that it's only 6 months old and it's attacked 2 people. One is a resident, as also said that a couple months ago the dog tried to attack them. So there does appear to be more of an urgency than just what's on paper. And I do want to let you know that I do intend to, I was going to email that to you prior to this meeting, but I will be emailing that to you. It has over 20 nearby residents that signed the paper that are basically concerned either for their safety, their dogs, or their kids. They are avoiding the area, and that's a little bit difficult considering they live catty corner right to the park.
And it said, sir, it said Emerson and Myrtle?
Murder. Yeah,
Hold on, Cheryl, I know where the house is, I know where the property is. I will reach, Chief, are you on the phone by any chance?
I am, sir.
Can you direct this gentleman on effective procedures that need to be taking place? And Wayne, I need you to pay attention as well.
To be honest, I mean, I've talked to several of them, and I'm familiar with your procedure. My concern is your procedure. Maybe we're looking at a pond, which obviously doesn't do any of the neighbors any good, who are still concerned about walking by that house. Even the statement from the police report has said that the owner has said that they shouldn't be walking their pet animals or walking in front of their house, which, again, sidewalk is public domain, and since the animal was attached in the street and sidewalk, it really doesn't offer any justification. And I don't want to get into hearsay, but there are comments from next door neighbors who have stated concerning things regarding the caring of, regarding the abuse of the animal to make it aggressive.
Sorry, if I get excuse me, so, prepare myself for a second. We will, one of our detectives is training as the animal control officer, animal humane officer. I will have her,
Right.
I know she's investigating already. I will have her resolve individual complaints. Originally, it's something that was going to be dealt with as a victim call. I didn't know about all the other aspects of the case. I will convey that to her, and I will have her take that to the chief. You're correct, no one's secure walk in front of the house.
Yeah, there's 20 homes that sign the safer thing. They are trying to avoid the area. And these are signatures from homes that are within a 2-block radius of the home.
All right, I will have the text vote, reach out to you, gather this information, and then we'll see, we'll try to take a step forward and see what else we can do. Maybe I'll have to go, something out of that.
My concern is that since the dog is not being registered, has no records of being treated, that there's no way of tying the dog to the homeowners that are allowing this to happen. So, my concern is it's really the dog. My concern is, the process here, and just making sure we are addressing the actual problem. I'm not interested in the fine, I'm interested in being able to walk down the street.
And I totally agree with you, sir. Wayne, also, you know this house. This is the house there on the corner. Wayne?
Mr. Mayor, we just had to, I'm right here, Wayne speaking. We just did have a talk about that, and we did, at that time, to take care of dogs, but we talked about it earlier today, and a ticket was issued, I told them issued a ticket directly to the tenant, not the owner of the property, because there's no dog. The dog is not registered yet, and we got to make sure it had its shot, and that's what we're checking on. I'll try to call the chief to one next week, we'll try to get this resolved.
And Wayne, also, too, I want us to reach out to the landlord of the property, too. I mean, this property has been a nightmare to everybody.
Yeah, I'll make sure tomorrow. I will make sure tomorrow that it went out to the homeowner and the tenant. Like I said, the ticket will go to the tenant itself rather than the homeowner because it's so tall. We had a problem with them registering dogs before, but they had 3 or 4 dogs, which is only have 3. And we had problems with them before. They did come in and register it last year, and when I checked, it was not registered yet this year. And I know it's a terrible thing. That's not an excuse right now, but we want to make sure the dog has the rating. So we were just talking about the same issue today.
Wayne, this is Sandy. Wayne, is the health department involved in this yet? If not, let me know and I can reach out to the person.
Okay, I will check on that also.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I have no way, like, put the dog away or something like that, I can't do that, the chief has some way of doing that. So I'll correspond with the chief too, we'll all get together on it, because I know I did get the dog license before, which, I always get that sense to me when that happens.
All right, well, gentlemen.
They also go to the health department and they go out and they're supposed to investigate. The dog should be quarantined. They have to show all of the paperwork with the rabies shots and everything. If not, the residents will be notified by the health department that they need to go for rabies testing.
Yeah, I'm sure the problem is they are not communicating with either one of them that have reached out to them. I've talked with the officer and with the animal control, and their problem is the problem is that they are not communicating, so they can't tell me. And again, this is the second time in this month
So there was a prior thing where they didn't already have a rabies shot or registered. And, 3 weeks later, after the bite, they are supposed to provide records within 3 days. It's now been 6
Correct.
weeks.
Okay.
Correct, they are.
Gentlemen, is
Because
there...
if not, we want our residents to get rabies tested as soon as possible.
And that's the main thing for the shot. That's the, main reason of registering the dog. Like the ticket we wrote out was for the dog was run that large and not being on a leash, even though it got over the fence. So,
And again,
I'll take more into it.
And again, the rabies shots is great and obviously important, but it really doesn't address our issue, even if it's had a rabies shot. The problem here is, there's been 3 known attacks for a dog that's only 6 months old.
Right.
Yes, I agree with you there. What I'll do is apparently dogs run the fence. So if the dogs run and jump in the fence, like I was told it was, and that's before they got snagged, that, we can also make sure that they, once they register, the dogs don't be kept on leashes. It's vicious dog.
Well, again, my concern is even if a dog's on a leash, especially strong, vicious dogs, they break the leash.
Alright.
And, my goal is to actually address the cause of the problem and not trying to just contain the problem.
And I totally...
Again,
Wait, hold on.
Is to have the dog professionally evaluated for mistreatment psychologically as well as physically.
All right, I'm gonna ask that the chief and Wayne investigate this further. I'm also gonna reach out to the animal control officer himself to find out why he's not doing more in this situation. Give us a couple of days to see what we can come up with, and make sure that information you get to me, and also if you can send it to the chief as well. And I hope that
Thank you.
the best I can do at this present time. I can't, unfortunately, go over to the house and take the dog out.
But I understood this, so let's just bring it to your attention and the severity of it.
Thank you. And I only live around the corner, so I know which house you're talking about. Unfortunately, I've never seen the dog out, but I know which house you're talking about. All right. Anyone else from the public wishing to speak? Seeing none, close the meeting to the public and entertain a motion for adjournment, please.
So moved.
And a second.
Second.
Thank you, everyone. Well, all in favor? Sorry.
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you, Chief, thank you, Wayne, and thank you, everyone, for calling in.